Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 14, Book 4, Falra the Snow Phoenix. And it's gonna be really ironic now saying Book 4 for the final book, but you know, that's interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, isn't it, saying that. Okay though, before I go on, I quickly want to mention, I thought this phoenix would be immune to the cold, but not to the heat. But I was proven wrong, as in the prologue, it is mentioned that Falra could dive into volcanoes and easily withstand lava without breaking a sweat. So that's a nice thing of information to know. And I will say that Falra is easily the best book in Series 14 for me. Sure, it's pretty easy peasy because yeah, the best book is normally the one that happens at the end, because that's where all the big stuff goes down. But that's just my opinion, so Falra to me is the best book of Series 14. So let's go over as we do with the in-depth story analysis and get through this awesome book. And you already know that, like I said, that Falra is immune to fire, but doesn't seem immune to cold anyway. So that's interesting. Anyway, Tom and friends had made their way out of the dark jungle and were greeted by Daltek. I will say they finally mentioned that Crymon has succumbed to evil, so he's basically completely evil as well, so I'm guessing he's going to show up later in this book. Anyway, Daltek tells them, once again, they're running out of time, and he had no choice but to use his magic. He was hesitant, as it was very risky, but our heroes reminded him it was for the good of the beasts, and for Avancia. It was done. They were out of there. Next location, the Pit of Fire. However, Silver was nowhere in sight. Tom and friends assumed Silver was safe, but now they had to focus on their quest. Vidra's life depended on it. They came across a ruined village, where no doubt Falra had been up to no good. The horrible smoke was hard to get through, but Eleanor created a bark shield which held fend off against the black smoke. They then heard a boy yelling, and he told them his grandfather remained trapped in a dangerous cave. Our heroes had a feeling if they entered this cave, they could die. Remember when I said this series has Series 1 elements? Well, here's another one with the final beast being, and I quote, a flame bird. Because, you know, you get the joke. Tom, of course, being our hero, despite warnings of Eleanor, he handed Eleanor his sword in case he died, so she could finish the quest. Tom was a kind-hearted young warrior, and would not allow innocent people to die. With the help of Inferno's scale, Tom managed to just save the old man before collapsing himself. The old man, known as Nicholas, provided them info telling about the beast that attacked him. Tom and friends prepared to head out as they had a quest to complete. However, Nicholas had a strong feeling about Tom and handed him his precious beads that he told would protect them against Falra. His grandson was very surprised to see him giving up an item that he held all his life to Tom. I mean, sure, Tom saved him, but was it really necessary? Well, turns out Nicholas had figured out that Tom was the son of Taladon, and then he mentioned he looked just like his grandfather. Okay, this indicates A, Nicholas knew Tom's grandpa, or B, and this one I'm clearly doubting, that Nicholas is Tom's grandpa. But again, I'm more likely to buy A. I should also mention Tom gave the bark shield as payment for the beads. So that's a nice gesture there. Anyway, our heroes had to scout out the area for the final ingredient, which was called the Burnstone. And they had to check out what they were up against. So using Tom's shadow power from his jeweled belt, he separated his shadow from his body, leaving his fleshy self completely immobile. Tom saw that his shadow had seen a great pit, I'm guessing the Pit of Fire, but Falra emerged and she was even bigger than Epos. She had Tom in her sights, and with his shadow separated, he couldn't move. Tom told Eleanor to leave, but Eleanor had a better idea. She took control of Storm and led Storm away from Falra. Personally, I'm surprised why Storm didn't move himself away, but maybe he's too scared to. Anyway, Tom told Eleanor to push him off so he could reunite with his shadow. However, Falra grabbed Tom's body before they could be one again. Tom told his shadow to leap off when Falra let him go, so they could reunite. At the same time, Tom realized he had the final ingredient the entire time. The burnstone were the beads Nicholas gave him. So Nicholas was right all along, but Tom would have to get back in Falra's grip if he had any chance to use them in his little plan, because he had a plan going in his head. Because now he knows that he has the final ingredient, he has a plan to use them against Falra. Tom taunted Falra into grabbing him again. It worked, and she planned to drop him at a great height, but Tom was able to use the power of the burnstone to destroy Falra's source of darkness, which was a black feather near her wing joint. So you can actually see it on the cover here. There's that little black bit there. If you can see it, you'll know where it is. It's right there. So yeah, Tom fell but was saved by Falra, now reformed back to her old ways. Tom told his friends the good news. Falra faded to a new kingdom where she was needed, but time was still running out. Luckily, Epos came to their rescue and gave them a lift back to the palace. However, they were ambushed by Crymon and Kensa. Okay, couple things. First, that fight I felt was pretty short. As soon as Tom found out the weakness, he knew instantly how to beat Falra. And yeah, I get why, last book and all, but it's still a shame they rushed the fight like that. The book is called Falra the Snow Phoenix, but she's more connected to fire than snow, so why call her that just because she's white, I guess? That's kind of weak to me, but okay. I was told by my friend that there is a snowy volcano in Ryan, so that could be the people misthinking to believe she's a snow phoenix, maybe? The final thing, yeah, I did gather that Crymon would ambush them, because I was waiting for him to show up in the series. From what I'm told, in his special, Vidra gets more focus, so now, with Crymon, with his dark look, maybe he gets a chance to shine, even if it's on the wrong side. So there's a couple of things going left and right here. You've got the Falra fights kind of rushed a bit, and then you've got the whole stuff with Crymon, which maybe he has a moment to shine here. The name, again, kind of confusing. So, she's either got the name Snow Phoenix because she's a white bird, or a white phoenix, or B, it's because she lives near a snowy volcano, and people assume she has that ability because of where she lives, but it's misdirection, I guess. Anyway, Tom and friends dodged Crymon's attacks, and at one point Eleanor was dangling as an easy target for Crymon, but Tom tossed his shield, saving Eleanor. They brought themselves back together, and Tom timed it just right for Epos to pull up at the last moment, which caused Kensa and Crymon to crash into the city walls. Tom immediately told Epos to leave, as the beasts were meant to be a secret. Tom hoped Crymon wasn't dead, but there was no time. They had to deliver the ingredients to save Vidra. On a side note, my friend has told me that both Vidra and Crymon are boys, so if I have called either of them females in the past, I apologize, as I haven't read the special, so I didn't know what gender to give them until now. Tom brought the ingredients into the wizard's chamber while King Hugo, with a new look might I add, it appeared he had shaved his mustache but kept the beard going. To be fair though, I preferred his original design. Anyway, Tom gave Hugo Storm to ride into battle as our heroes created the golden elixir, a bit of a tongue twister, and fed it to Vidra. After some wise words telling Vidra that he's always been a good dragon, he was able to overcome the darkness. The spell was broken. Tom had saved Vidra, only Crymon remains, and luckily he was alive, but so was Kensa. They attacked Avantia, just as Kensa always planned to get her petty revenge for her banishment in Henkral. But Tom managed to get on Crymon and climb up towards Kensa. Tom lost his footing and was dangling for his life on Crymon's scales. Kensa was about to murder him when Vidra annihilated Kensa by engulfing her in flames. So yeah, Kensa dies, and I quote, and I put die in quotes, because you never know what will happen in fiction nowadays. But I must say, it's ironic that Kensa gets blasted by a dragon, as that's how the same fate that killed Malvel. Remember with Furno, Series 10? Anyway, Vidra planned to save his twin by skydiving and breathing his fire blast at close range at Crymon, with Tom just getting out of harm's way. Crymon was revealed to be normal alongside with Vidra, so whatever Vidra's skydive attack with fire at close range did the thing. Crymon was revealed to be good again with Vidra. King Hugo called off the soldiers as the battle was decided. Victory was theirs. They tried to send a search party to find the trace of Kensa, as some say they saw her falling off Crymon's back, while our heroes believed her to be dead, so we have a rough guess if she's dead or not. Anyway, Downtech revealed that Vidra and Crymon had stayed in Avantia after their curse was broken, as this was their kingdom they were needed for giving Avantia now 8 beasts in their arsenal. There was a brief mention of should the beasts still remain a secret, but Hugo made one thing clear. Tom was a hero, and his biggest quest of all would be to get unrest, while Eleanor hugged Silver. That's right, even her loyal wolf had returned, leaving a happy ending on our heroes. So yeah, that was kind of I hope I did well on that. But I will say, when it comes to this book, it's a nice book for what it is, Falra of the Snow Phoenix. It's got a lot of fun action and adventure. With the Falra stuff is kind of rushed. The Crymon subplot with Vidra and that, yeah, I'm glad they had more focus, because this seems to be more of their series than Tom's. I mean, I know that both of the twins are not in it much, but at the end they're able to find their place in the world, and they realize that the kingdom they're needed at is Avantia. So, giving Avantia 8 beasts in its arsenal now, so that's cool. Kensa, well, we'll get to her in a minute. Or basically right now is what I'm saying. I will say, when it comes to Kensa, if she is dead, that's disappointing to me. You know, because I saw a lot of potential in her. And aside from this, she had one other scheme against Avantia, and that was Series 11. I know she was in, like, Series 12 as, like, a hench girl with Sampaio, I don't count that. Plus, she's the only female main villain, so I hope she's still alive, so we can have some variety. Spoiler alert for past books, but I'm wondering why you're watching these out of order, since we're going to spoilers. But anyway, here we go. Spoiler alert. Anyway, Malvel dies in Series 10, and I felt that was satisfying. After having 7 series focusing on him, we had enough time to grow to hate Malvel. Sampaio is probably the weakest villain to me, so I'm glad he's not getting much main focus. Jezrin was a villain with a lot of power and control, who really tested Tom for, say, 2 series, I believe. And Velmal had a great impact on Tom's personal life, and it was satisfying that Freya took him down. But I guess not, as next time we do Series 15 with Velmal's Revenge, with his first new evil beast, known as... let's take a look. Wardock, the Sky Terror. Till next time, guys. Peace.